Hello everyone, Teresa here. Thanks for joining me today. How many of you have tools sitting around that you don't use anymore and you put lots of money into them and you need to use them? No, well, that's me, and I've had this scoreboard and it's just sits around most of the time, so I thought I would make a video today and show you how to make 3 backgrounds using the scoreboard. So we're going to make these 3 cards here. We'll start with this one. I have already done the stamping because this is mostly about the scoring. I want to just show you the scoring. So I have already stamped the cards. And what we need to do is take our first panel, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4. And you're going to flip it over on the back side, so you can stamp it first if you want to, or you can do the scoring first. Either way. And on the opposite corner, make sure you've got the right corner. So I want my design here, so I'm going to flip it over and mark it out over here. So I went down 1.5 inches and marked that, and then I flipped it over to the long side and marked at 1.5 inches and drew a line. That's where my first score is going to be. Now on my scoreboard, I have marked my center. I did this a long time ago. I think it was a tip I heard somewhere, but it's a really good tip because now I can line my card up from the top and the bottom, and I'm not sitting here guessing, because if you own a scoreboard, you know that sometimes it's hard to find the bottom line. So this really helps a lot to have that marked. And we're just going to make our first score line. You want to do it from the back because it's going to raise on the front. Now I'm just going to go over one score line and do my next one. One more. And just one more. So this is really easy. Once you've decided where your design's going to be, whoops, and be careful like that, because sometimes your tool comes out of the lines and then you end up with little marks on your card, which that's okay, but we really don't want them there if we can avoid it. And so as you can see, this goes really quick, and you're using one of your old tools. So there I have my score. I'm just going to put it on a back, and that one is pretty much done. I can add some ribbon or some sequins or something to it later if I want to. And this tape doesn't look like it's going to work. I was afraid of that. Okay, we're just going to pretend, because that's the only tape I have left. So we're going to pretend I taped it down on my paper, and there's my card all done. Okay, let's move on to the second card. And that's this Cherish the Moment. So again, we're going to take a card panel, and I think I lost my card panel, so I'm just going to do it on here. It will work on here too. And I'm going to line up this corner and this corner, and we're just going to start scoring. So I skipped 3 lines. So there's 1, 2, 3, and I think I went to number 4. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, go to number 4. 1, 2, 3, do number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost messed up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're almost done with this part. And then we need to go over here. So I found it's easier to start from the bottom, and you go over 4 again and just go up. Or you can maybe flip your card over, but I just found that this way worked. Okay, we only have a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more. Now we're going to flip it the opposite way, opposite corners, so that we get this diamond pattern, and do the same thing, except I already goofed up. So I'm going to show you how I fix my goof. I am doing it on the front side. Did you notice that? But it's all right. I can still fix it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this side I can do from the top because I could still see the edge. So whichever, whoops, I didn't go far enough on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So whichever edge you can see the best is the one you can start at. Now that one I messed up on, you can leave it. It's not that bad, or you can sit and rub it out. It will, there'll still be a little bit of a line showing, but it does rub out pretty good. So now I am just going to, since I did it on the wrong side, I'm just going to flip my car over. I lucked out on this one because it's an easy design that I can just flip it over. So there we have that. And I had a leaf already die cut out. So I'm just going to put a little bit of dimension tape on it and stick it down. And then on this card, I used tiny little beads and just went on each corner of the triangle. And then, so this one, I thought I'd try something a little bit different. I'm going to use these sequins. And I am going to just put them inside the triangle. I'm not going to go through and do the whole card, but I'll just kind of show you what that would look like. I think it would be really pretty. So we'll just put a few around to see how it looks. Oops. And just do that on the whole card. So I can do it that way, or I can put them on the corners like I did the last time. And you know what? I think I like it on the corners more. So I will go through and do all of that later. And then I had a little sentiment here, right here. So I stamped it already, and then I'm just cutting it. You can use your trimmer if you like it really straight, but sometimes just having that cut look or whatever makes it look more homemade. And since my tape's not working, I'm just going to use some of this dimensional tape to stick it on with. I will need to go get me some more tape because I didn't realize I was running out. And then the backing just peels off. And I could stick, whoops, I gotta, oh yeah, this, I did this one different than this one because I couldn't find my panels. So I'm just gonna stick that right about there. Okay, so we have the same design with a little bit different pattern. Okay, now our third card, I am going to use some pattern paper and show you that you can do this on pattern paper. So again, I stamped it. We're going to take our pattern, and I kind of did the same thing, except I did double lines, if you can see that. So again, I'm just going to I'm going to put my one corner here, but this corner I kind of moved over a little bit. Oh, I got to turn it over because we want to do the back side. Just make sure you're doing the back side. That's why I messed up on the last one. And I was going to kind of move that over a little bit too. And on this one, I went, okay, so I did a double line. So I went right next to it on the first score. Whoop. And then I went the four, over to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. My score tool's having trouble today, or I am, or something. Did my double line, so went right next to it, then counted 4 again. Did right next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that was the end, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to only do part of this since you get the idea. And then you want to flip it over and do the other angle. So I moved my corner to this side of my middle line and my bottom. And I'm going to just start scoring on this side. You do the same thing. Go right to the next score line. Do that one, then skip 4. Right next to it, skip 4. Well, skip 3 and do it on the 4th one. Guess that is a little bit confusing. So skip 3 and do it on the 4th one. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Okay. Now I'll finish doing the whole card, but you probably don't want to sit here and watch me just do that. So then I stamped it. I stamped this one with a different stamp. It says Smile, and just taped that on there. I had this little edge die cut, and I taped it on there, and then I just trimmed off my sides so that they didn't hang over. Cut them without cutting my card will be good. Okay, so I cut both sides, and there, that card's done. So see how quick it was to make your own backgrounds. I have one more to show you. I'm not going to make it because it's quite complicated actually. But there's this background too. So I scored a double line across there to make a border, and across here to make a border. And then I scored the top part both ways, and then I scored the bottom part both ways. And I haven't finished this one yet, but I think that looks pretty cool for that background too. So those are the techniques I wanted to show you today using your scoreboard. Go experiment see what you can come up with, and just have fun with it and use some of your old tools again. All right, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Have a good day. Bye.